sometimes I get questions from people and I log them in a like a running tally of YouTube topics. And so this one was a question that I got from a participant in one of my workshops, and he asked, "How important is confirmation candles, and is it a method to react quicker before the closing of it?" And so I'm going to answer his question with a demonstration using SPY on an intraday time frame. So I'm going to use two different time frames to demonstrate the answers to his questions, and hopefully it can help someone else. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so starting off with SPY today using the 15-minute chart, not the 5, which is what I just had it on. Going to zoom in a little bit. And so what we're going to focus on is these two candles here. So what we see is, the markets popped back up to that supply area or resistance, whatever you want to call it. So formed a reversal pattern here, almost like a bearish engulfing pattern. And so confirmation candles. So part one, answer to his question. So it's really three parts. And so part one, how important are confirmation candles? They are very important because confirmation candles allow you to determine um, uh, whether it's been a change in trend, basically a change in sentiment. You don't know whether something has bottomed or topped out until you get that confirmation candle. So for this one, we had a little bullish trend for a little over an hour, and then the markets reversed at a key area that had already been showing selling early on in the session. So after you get the reversal pattern, you typically watch for that confirmation pattern or candle that basically confirms that, hey, this was indeed a reversal. So those confirmation candles are very, very important. They also allow you to time the price action. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, let's say it's 1:30 Eastern, and I'm watching the price action, and then 1:45 comes, and I see this potential reversal pattern printing. So I could jump the gun and say, oh, let me go ahead and jump in puts, but I could get clobbered on that. So what I could say is, yo, if I'm gonna watch for that 2 o'clock candle, and if that candle opens bearish, I'm going for puts. You know what I'm saying? And so you see that the price had a near 2 point move in 15 minutes. So would have given a more than decent profit in just 15 minutes on that play. And you can see it even kept moving further down to that demand zone. So a 30-minute play, had you held it a little longer, it moved back down to pretty much the market opening price. But anyway, so hopefully that answers how important that confirmation candle is. Like I said, it allows you to determine whether the price action is reversing or not. So very, very important, uh, um, very important concept there. Another part B of his question is there a method to react quicker before the closing of that candle? So he's one, the guy that asked me this question. He's an individual that um, likes to try to catch the markets going in the opposite direction. So it's very, very crucial for him in his strategy, to uh, determine whether the markets have bottomed out or topped out. So that confirmation candle is so, so, so important for him, especially because of his strategy. he tends to like to try to trade counter trend. So the answer to his question is yes, there is a method to react quicker before the closing of that candle. So keep in mind, we're focusing on the 130 candle and the 145 candle. So both candles are 15 minutes apiece. And I'm going to go down to the 5-minute candle to show you what the price action looked on that lower time frame that would have allowed you to get in not only before the confirmation candle, but also near the top of that first bearish candle on the 15-minute chart. So let's take a look at the 5-minute chart, and I'm going to zoom in so that we can focus our attention there and it's easier to see. So again, we're looking at the time frame between 130 and the time between about 145. So 145 started that 15-minute candle. This is that 15-minute candle that we looked at for 145, and this is that 15-minute candle that we looked at for 130. So although we see bullish candles in the sense that they're green and the price is moving up overall, meaning they're closing higher than they're opening, what you see is weakening in that bullish sentiment over that 15-minute period. And so we get a short bullish trend here from about 125 up to 140. But what happens at 140 is the markets on this 5-minute time frame print a bearish pattern, right? So it prints what's called a hanging man. So a hanging man is typically a bearish reversal pattern. Remember, if we were waiting on the confirmation candle at 2 o'clock on the 15-minute time frame, then it looked like we would be getting in right here on the 5-minute time frame at about 417 and a half, versus getting in right right as the candle is switching to the last 5 minutes of that or the right at the beginning, I mean, of that reversal candle on the 15-minute chart. And we're catching it right at, near the top at 418 and a half, just because we're seeing this reversal pattern happening in the supply zone. Then the probability is in your favor in this instance to jump in before confirmation. And so of course, I'm not advising, to do that, but that is just a way that you can get in quicker or faster versus waiting on that confirmation candle, especially if you are, or your bias is, leaning toward that way and you're pretty convicted about the markets reversing at a certain level. But hopefully this helped. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to hit me up, and I'll see if I can assist with answering those questions in a video style, or if we need to book some one-on-one time to get into the meat and potatoes of your question. But thank you guys for watching. And if I didn't mention in the beginning, check out my latest course with By the Hood University called Price Action and Practical Psychology. And you can get that course over at chartsandpriceaction.com or godchartsandshowshalyou.com. If you have any questions about any of my other offerings, feel free to message me. You can leave a comment, you can send me an email, but all that information will be in the description box. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.